Hello everyone. Welcome back to another lecture on reasoning ability and problem solving. In today's lecture, we will discuss some practice questions for alphanumeric series. So let us start. For alphanumeric series, I've told you that there are certain things that you should remember. First, you should remember the squares of at least 1 to 30, correct? You should remember the cubes of at least 1 to 20. Then you should know what are prime numbers. Prime numbers are numbers that has multiple of the number and the number itself. So 1 and the number itself. These are the multiples of prime number, correct? And you should know what are odd numbers, what are even numbers. So these kind of information you should have an idea about to solve questions on alphanumeric series. So let us look at this question. In this question, 14 then 14, so I can say this is basically multiplication of 1, correct? 14 into 1 will give me 14, then 14 and then 12, so this is basically subtraction of 2, correct? So if I subtract 2 from 14, I will get 12. Then over here, 12 into 36, so basically if I multiply 12 into 3, I'll get 36, correct? And from 36 to 34, this is a reduction of minus 4. Similarly, if I see from 32 to 160, basically if I multiply 32 by 5, I'll get how much? 5 into 3, 15 plus 1, 60. 160. So this is multiplication of 5. So now if I see the sequence, this is the sequence. It is the numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the next number automatically will be 6, correct? The next number will be 6. This will be the sequence. If I look at the operations, if I look at this, the operations, if I look at the operations, it is multiplication, then subtraction, then multiplication, then subtraction, then multiplication. So now I can see it is a sequence of multiplication and subtraction. So the next one will be subtraction. So basically I have to subtract 6 from 160. So if I subtract 6 from 160, I will get 154. This will be my answer. 154 is given in option number 3. So option number 3, 154 will be my answer. Clear? Option number 3, 154 is my answer. Moving forward, question number 2. In question number 2, we have 11, 20, 43, 94, 187, 336, 555, and we have to find this missing term. So let us start. I am just writing the series over here because I cannot see a direct logic being used. So let me just write the series like this, and we have to find the missing term. So the difference between 11 and 20 is 9, correct? The difference between 11 and 20 is 9. Similarly, over here the difference is 23, correct? Over here the difference is 23. Over here the difference is 51, correct? 51. Then over here the difference is 93, correct? Then over here 336 minus 187. So this will be 2, this will be 16. Over here I will get 9 and this will be 2, this will be 12. I'll get 4 and I'll get 1. So I'll get 149. The difference over here is 149. Similarly, 555 minus 336. So this will be 4, this will be 15. Over here I'll get 9, this will be 1, this will be 2. This difference is 219. Correct? Now, the difference between 9 and 23, the difference between 9 and 23 is 14, correct? The difference between 23 and 51, this is 28. Similarly, difference between 51 and 93, this is 42, correct? Now, difference between 149 and 93, this is 6 and this is 5. This is 56. The difference between 149 and 219 is, this is 0, this is 7, this is 70. So now I have told you, whenever you get questions like this, we have to reduce them to the lowest level. Okay, we have to take them to the lowest digit where we can see a pattern. Over here I can see a sort of a pattern. So 14 and 28, the difference is 14, correct? 28 and 42, the difference is 14, correct? 42 and 56, the difference is 14. Similarly, for 56 and 70, the difference will be 14. So now I can see a pattern. Basically, we have a difference of 14 at the lowest level. So the next number over here, the difference will be 14. So this will be 84. And if I add 84 in 219, I'll get 9 and 4, 3, then 0 and then 3. So I'll get 303. Now if I add 303 and 555, this will be 858. So this missing number is 858. This is the answer. 858 is the missing number. This is the answer. So answer will be option number 3, 858. Clear? This is the answer. Moving on to question number 3. Question number 3, we have 19, 38, 35, then a missing term, then 135 and then 810. Correct? 19, 38, 35, 135 and then 810. So we have to find the missing term. Then 19 and 38 is basically multiplication of 2. Correct? And from 38 to 35 is basically subtraction of 3. Correct? Over here, 135 and 810, this is basically, I think, a multiplication of 6. Let me check. 135 into 6, this will be 30. 6 3 is 18, 19, 20, 21. So 1 and 2 will be carried. 6 into 1 plus 2, 810. Yes. So this is a multiplication of 6. So now I can see a series 2, 3, 6. Correct? So maybe we have two terms here, 4 and 5. And if I look at the operations, we have multiplication, subtraction, multiplication. So maybe it is alternative, correct? So multiplication, subtraction, then multiplication, and then subtraction, and then again multiplication. So let us check. If I multiply 35 into 4, this will be 2, correct? And this will be 140, correct? And if I subtract 5 from 140, I'll get 135, which is true. So 140 is in alignment with the previous number as well and with the next number as well. So this will be my answer. That is option number 4, 140. Clear? Coming to question number 4. Question number 4, we have 229, 233, 239, 247. These numbers are very near to each other. Correct? These numbers are very near to each other. So let us see. So 229 and 233, basically this is an addition of 4, correct? And from 233 to 239, this is basically an addition of 6. From 239 to 247, this is basically an addition of 8. So what are these? These are odd, these are even numbers, correct? So the next number will be even, which is plus 10. So if I add 10, I'll get 257. This will be my answer, which is option number 1, 257. Clear? Now, question number 5. Again, a series missing number. Let us find out. So 67 and 79. If I see 67 and 79, basically 79 minus 67, this is 2, 1, 12. This is an addition of 12. From 79 to 64, if I'm going, this is an subtraction of 15. Correct? And over here, 61 to 85. So 85 to 61, if I'm going, this is basically a subtraction or an addition of 24. I cannot see a logic per se, right? I cannot see a logic looking at these numbers. So let us try another way. If I see these numbers, 67, 64 and 63, I can see a logic. Basically, from 67 to 64, it is minus 3. And from 64 to 61 is also a minus 3. Correct? This is also a minus 3. So now, maybe we follow the same logic in the second series. This is your first series. First series is 67, 64 and 61. So this is minus 3 and minus 3. The second series is 79, then the missing term and then 85. So this is increasing. This is increasing. So if I add maybe 3, if I add 3, I'll get 82. And if I add 3, I'll get 85. So in place of this question mark, if we have 82, this also becomes a series. This is an addition of 3 and this also becomes an addition of 3. So the missing number, this is basically a combination of two series. Combination of two series. So the missing number is 82. This is given in option number 1. So option number 1 will be the answer to this question. Clear? Question number 6. Question number 6. 199, 211, 196, 193. You know, these terms. So now again I can see these terms 199, 196 and 193 to be very close. So 199 to 196 I can see this is minus 3. Similarly, from 196 to 193, I can see a minus 3. Correct? This is minus 3, minus 3. So, the one series is 199, 196 and 193 where we have minus 3. Correct? Minus 3. Then we have this one, 217 missing term and 211 missing term and 217. So, this is increasing. Correct? From 211, it is increasing to 217. So maybe if I add 3, I'll get what number? I'll get 214. And if I add 3 into this, I'll get 217. So if I add 214 in this place, if I put this will be plus 3 and this will also be plus 3. So this again is a combination of two series. This is a combination of two series. Answer will be 211 plus 3 gives me 214 and 214 plus 3 gives me 217. So answer will be option number 2, 214. Clear? Now, question number 7. Question number 7. 469, 426, 483, 440, 397 and the missing term. I can see these numbers are pretty close to each other. So maybe we are subtracting. From 569, if we move to 526, I'll get 3 and I'll get 4. So this is a subtraction of 43, correct? From 526, if I move to 483, this is also a subtraction of 43, correct? From 483 to 440, this is also a subtraction of 43. Over here also is a subtraction of 43. 440 minus 43 will give me how much? This will be 3, this will be 10, this will be 7 and this will be 39. Correct? So now I have to reduce 43 from here also. So if I reduce 43 from 397, I'll get 453. So I'll get 354. This is my answer. 354 is your answer, which is given in option number 4. So option number 4 will be the correct answer to this question. Clear? Now, next question, question number 8. Question number 8 is 13, 78, 83, 335 and 670. So I can see big jumps. So I told you whenever you see smaller jumps between numbers, assume that either we are adding or subtraction. Correct? And if you see bigger jumps, assume that we are either multiplying or we are dividing. Okay? So this is the formula basically. Whenever you see smaller jumps, assume that we are adding or subtracting. If you see bigger jumps, assume that we are either multiplying or dividing. Similarly, if you see a mixed pattern, okay, if you see a mixed pattern, try to assume two things. Okay, mixed pattern, try to assume two things, either two or more operations. Okay, either two or more operations, that means certain numbers are being added and certain numbers are being multiplied, or certain numbers are being divided and some certain numbers are being added, something like this. Two or more operations. So we have 4 operations, correct? So 2 or more operations are being done, or we have 2 or more alternating series, 2 or more series. So it could be a mixture of 2 series, it could be a mixture of 3 series as well. So whenever you see a mixed pattern, the approach should be that either there are 2 or more operations in that series, or we have 2 or more series clubbed together. Correct? So this is the approach that we have discussed that you should follow while solving questions on alphanumeric series. So let us look at this question, question number 8. So we have 13, 78, 83, 335, 670. So I see bigger jumps, correct? If I see bigger jumps, that means I am assuming that we are multiplying. Okay, I am assuming that we are multiplying, but we see smaller jumps over here. This is a smaller jump, so maybe it is addition, correct? So 13 to 78. 13 to 78 is a multiplication of 6. If you know the table of 13, this is 78, correct? This is 78. So this is a multiplication of 6. From 78 to 83, this is an addition of 5. Correct? This is an addition of 5. If I add 5 in 78, I'll get 83. Over here, 335 and 670 is a multiplication of 2. 335 into 2. This is 10. This is 6 plus 1, 7 and this will be 670. So this is a multiplication of 2. So now I can see 6, 5, 2. And we need 2 more operations. So maybe over here we have 4 and over here we have 3. Correct? Over here we can have 4 and over here we can have 3. Now if I look at the operations, this is multiplication, addition, multiplication. So maybe it is alternating, correct? So next pattern, it is multiplication and addition. This is alternating. So multiplication, addition, next will be multiplication, then addition, and the next one is multiplication. So now let us see. 83 into 4 will give me what? This is 8 4s are 32 plus 1, 332, correct? Sorry, 332, and 332 plus 3 will give me 335, which follows. So this number follows with the previous number as well, and this is correct with the next number as well. So the answer will be 332, which is option number 2. Option number 2 will be the correct answer to this question. Clear? Question number 9. Question number 9, we have 286, 303, 320, 371, 422 and 507, and we have to find this missing series. Okay, now over here I can see basically between 286 and 303 and 286. So this is 29, this will be 13, this will be 7, and this will be 1. This is basically an addition of 17, correct? And this is again a addition of 17. So 17 and 17, correct? Now 371 and 320 is an addition of 51. This is an addition of 51. And 422 and 371, this is also an addition of 51. So over here also we are adding 51, correct? Now 507 and 422, this is 5 and this is 8. So this is an addition of 85. So now if you look at the series, we had 17 and we repeated it, correct? We had 51 and we repeated it. So now we have 85, so we will repeat 85, correct? We had 17 twice, we had 51 twice. So now 85 will also come twice. So if I add 85, this will be 507 plus 85. This will be 12, this will be 9, 592, correct? This will be 592. This will be my answer. This is given in option number 2. So option number 2 will be the answer to this question. Correct? Okay. Moving forward to question number 10. We have 78, 112, and we have 64, we have 50 and 140. Okay. So now 78 and 112 I see an addition. 112 to 64 is subtraction. Similarly, over here also I see addition. So basically, I can see an alternate series of addition, subtraction, and addition. Correct? Now, what is the number? 112 and 78. The difference is how much? This will be 10, this will be 12, this is 4, and this is 3. So I can see 34. Correct? I can see 34. So basically, we are adding 34. Okay? Now, 112 to 64. 112 to 64. This is basically, this will be 10. This will be 12. I can see 48. We are subtracting 48. And over here, from 50 to 140, if I am moving, basically I am adding 90. So now I cannot see a logic. Correct? I cannot see a logic. I cannot see a pattern. So let us try a different way. Now, if I notice this, these numbers are smaller, correct? And these numbers are larger. So now maybe this is a combination of two series, correct? So first series will be 60, 78, 64 and 50. And the next series can be 112, the missing term, and 140. Correct? This series is decreasing. So from 78 to 64, this is basically minus 14. Correct? And from 64 to 50 is also minus 14. From 112 to 140, if I increase it with 14, what is the number I'll get? I'll get 126. And if I increase 126 with 14, I will get 140. Correct? If I increase 126 by 14, I'll get 140. So this is basically an alternative series. So 78 to 64 is minus 14. Similarly, 64 to 50 is minus 14. And over here, we will have different series. So 112 to, if I have 126 over here, this will be plus 14 and this will be plus 14. So answer will be 126, that is option number 2. So did you look at the approach? We tried a different approach, it did not work, but I could see these similar terms. So we used the approach of mixed pattern. That is, more than one series is clubbed together. Two series are there. Okay. Moving on to question 11. We have 13, 14, 23, 48, 97, 178 and we have to find the missing term. Correct? So if I see between 13 and 14, I can see a difference of 1. If I see between 14 and 23, I can see a difference of 9. If I see between 23 and 48, I can see a difference of 25. If I see between 48 and 97, so 48 and 98 is a difference of 40, correct? Difference of 50. So between 48 and 97 is a difference of 49. And between 97 and 178, it is a difference of 81. So are these numbers familiar to you? Because 1 is 1 square, 9 is 3 square, 25 is 5 square, 49 is 7 square, 81 is 9 square. So these are basically squares, correct? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So the next one will be 11 square. 11 square is 121. So I will add 121 in 178. So I'll get 9, 9 and 2. So 299 will be my answer, which is given in option number 4. So option number 4 will be my answer to this question. Clear? Now, moving on to question number 12. We have 5, 16, 28, 36, 71, 90, 234 and 342. So now let me find the difference, because I think these numbers have a very close difference to each other. 234 and 342 and we have to find the missing term. The difference over here is 9. Correct? Sorry, 11. The difference over here is 20, 12. The difference over here is how much? This is 8. The difference over here is 35. Correct? The difference over here is 19. The difference over here is this is 234 minus 90. So 4 and I'll get this will be 1, this will be 13. I'll get 4 and 1. This is 144. And the difference over here is 108. Okay. Now, I cannot see a pattern. So let us try. The difference is 1. The difference is 4. The difference is, I am talking about just the difference, not positive or negative. The difference over here, basically this is plus 1, this is minus 4. Correct? This is plus 27. Correct? And this is minus, if I look over here, I'll get 16. This is minus 16. Similarly, over here, from 19 to 144, I am going. From 19 to 144 will be plus 125. And from 144 to 108, it will be minus 36. Okay? These will be the terms. Now, if I look at them, 1, 4, 27, 16, 125 and 36, these looks very familiar. This is basically 1 cube. 4 is 2 square. 27 is 3 cube. 16 is 4 square. 125 is 5 cube and 36 is 6 square. So basically plus minus plus minus plus minus. The next term will be plus. Correct? The next term will be plus. And this is 1 cube, 2 square, 3 cube, 4 square, 5 cube, 6 square. So next will be 7 cube. 7 cube is 343. Correct? So we will add 343 in 108. 108 and 343. This will be 451. Correct? This will be 451. So 451 will be added in 342. So 342, if I add 451, I'll get 793. So the missing number, the missing series will be 793, which is given in option number 2. So option number 2 will be the correct answer to this question. Clear? 793 will be your answer. Okay, moving on to question number 13. Question number 13, we have 226, 170, 290 and 412. So now if I look at the difference between these numbers, 226, the missing term, 170, 290 and 442. So the difference over here is 24. Correct? The difference over here, 170 and 290 is basically 120. And the difference over here is this is 2 and this will be 152. This is the difference. Over here I can see a difference of 32. Correct? Now I can see maybe if I add, let's say 56. If I add 32, 32 and 32, maybe I can get a pattern. So if I add 32, I'll get 56. Correct? 56 will give me 82. 56 and 26 together will give me 82. So now let us see between 82 and 170, what is the gap? Between 82 and 170, it is a gap of 88. Correct? And between 88 and 56, it is a gap of 32. And between 88 and 120, it is a gap of 32. So the missing term over here will be 82, which is given in option number 4. So option number 4 will be your answer. Clear? Now, question number 14. Question number 14, we have 17, 20, 60, 64, 256, 261, 1305. So these numbers are very close. These. So every two pair of numbers are close. So maybe the operations are alternative. Correct? From 17 to 20, I can see this is plus 3. From 20 to 60, I can see this is multiplication of 3. This is plus 4. Correct? This is plus 4. This is 64 into 4. 4 4s are 16, 24, 25. So this is multiplication of 4. This is addition of 5. This is multiplication of 5. The next number will be addition of 6. So if I add 6 in 1305, I will get 1311. This will be my answer. Option number 4 will be my answer to this question. Clear? Question number 15. We have 458, 462, 446, 482 and the missing number in 518. So difference between these two numbers is 4. The difference between this is basically plus 4. Correct? This is 462 and 446. This is 5, this is 12, this is 6, this is 116. So this is minus 16. This one is basically plus 36. Correct? So now I can see these are all multiples of 4. This is 2 square, I can say. Correct? This is 4 square. Subtraction of 4 square. This is addition of 6 square. So the next number will be basically subtraction of 8 square, which is 64. So from 482, if I subtract 64, I'll get 7 and I'll get 12. This will be 8. This will be 1. 418. So I'll get 418. And the next number will be obviously addition of 10 square, that is 100. So if I add 100 and 418, I'll get 518. So 418 follows with the previous number also and it follows with the next number also. Correct? So my answer will be 418, which is given in option number 4. Clear? So this concludes today's lecture. Thank you.